This week in Hello Kitty Island Adventure, we have a new update for Apple Arcade that you might want to hold off on applying, a new event, potentially a new flower, and of course our visitors. Let's start with those visitors because those apply to everyone. This week, Thursday through Monday, you could be seeing Mocha, Coco, Pumpurin's parents, Inako, Kuko, Wanwa, and Poron. This Friday, another event kicks off. This is going to be another one of those secondary, shorter events, and this is the Paper Parade. The Under the Sea celebration is still going on, so you can still do all that mermaid stuff. But at the same time, we'll have the Paper Parade. Last year, we had an event float, and we got the event currency by interacting with the friends. We don't know yet what the mechanic this year will be, but it'll probably be another unique mechanic like that. The items for the Paper Parade so far are customizable into a ton of different colors, so I expect we'll see that again. It'll have a new but short login bonus calendar, and that's most likely where we'll be getting the clothing, and you can see some of those in the event calendar right now. We should be seeing both new items for this year and the return of items we saw before. New this year, we don't have confirmation yet, but it seems extremely likely that we'll have a new event flower. We've seen the pinwheel silhouette in our flowers collection, and we've seen the pinwheel flowers in promotional images, and they are extremely well matched to this event. Last year, we even had a pinwheel hair accessory, so it seems very likely that we'll be seeing this pinwheel flower as part of this event. It's starting on the same day this year that it did last year, and last year it ended July 1st, so it seems pretty likely that we'll be seeing a similar short timeline. So now is a really good time to get ready to plant those flowers. What I like to do to prepare for a new flower is fill my flower patches as much as I can with full-grown flowers, and then dig them all up the night before so I have plenty of spaces for the new ones to fill in. So again, it's not confirmed yet, but it seems very likely. So I would be sure to be logging in this Friday for the Paper Parade, see what it's like, see if the items are something that you want, and make sure you have some room for those new flowers. And this event will be on all platforms. If you are an Apple Arcade, you want to update to 2.6.5 before the event day, just so things run smoothly. Usually the 0.5 updates are to unlock an event like this. And remember, you may need to go to the App Store to the game page, wait a minute for the button to turn to update, and then you can update from there. However, this time, you may want to wait a day. I'll tell you what they've announced in this update, and then another thing that's in this update that isn't on the list. So this update is only on Apple Arcade. It does include a bunch of fixes, including these fixes for quests, and Rose by any of their name. If you were soft-locked on the task to explore the theater because the theater was still under construction, that should be fixed now. Ice Cream Dreams players should no longer crash when giving Choco Cat a chocolate ice cream. There was an issue with the Cool Croc quest and Stargaze. To finish Cool Croc, you needed the moon cheese. But you can't get moon cheese until you finish stargazing. If you got stuck there, you should receive a confusing coffee, and that way you'll be able to give it to big challenges and finish its quest. In the last update, we got Crystalia a new flower. However, they were the only flowers you could plant in their plot, which meant you couldn't make any new colors, and that was a mistake. Now you will be able to plant some other flowers in those plots and start getting other colors of Crystalia. With that last update, Iggwarts and Hibiscus kind of changed their shine, making them look kind of plasticky. That has been changed, and their glossiness should look just like it did before the last update. In the last update, one of the challenge courses disappeared, Snow Climb like an ice climb. That one should now be visible to everybody again. And then one of the other changes that came in this update, and this references some of the things in the big secret spoiler, so if you don't want to know anything about that, here's your chance to turn it off. In the last update, when we got Moonbeam, we had a really nice way to get them by doing the challenge courses in that new area. However, with this update, that has changed. Instead of getting Moonbeams, those challenge courses and the challenge courses all over the island have been updated to give you sparkles instead. However, you are able to earn Moonbeams as a rotating prize in some of the mini games, so you still kind of have a way to get them. However, they're on rotation, so you have that RNG to deal with. And right now, they're only giving you one Moonbeam, whereas on the challenge course, you could get 3 at a time, and it was reliable. They are hoping to update that to be 3 Moonbeams in the future, but they need to do some updating to allow the system to give you 3 instead of 1. Along with this change though, Kiki's had a change of heart and lowered some of his prices on those new items. It will still take you quite a bit of time to get one of everything, and quite a lot of time if you want them in each of the variations, but at least the prices are a little bit better now. So if you were hoping to stock up on moonbeams by doing those challenges, you may want to wait to update. Select all the moonbeams you can first, and then update. However, since you probably want to update before the paper parade starts, you only have a very narrow window to potentially put that update off. I think that's everything new in Hello Kitty Island Adventure this week. We are still waiting for Content Update 2 to drop on Nintendo Switch. We were told the end of this month for Switch. The update came really early on Steam when we were expecting it to be sometime in the middle of the month. So hopefully it gets through Nintendo early again. And if you were wondering if Hello Kitty Island Adventure runs on Nintendo Switch 2, I've tested it, and you can see it running side by side with the Switch 1 in this video. Subscribe for more Hello Kitty Island Adventure content and Nintendo Switch 2 content, and turn on notifications to find out the next time we go live. Hope to see you there.